herself to read a good book and passing on that love of reading to her children, playing the piano in the evenings, and using her instrumental musical talents in the church and community, especially on the organ. We thank our mom for her labor of love and the amazing teamwork for 55 years with our dad. There was a genuine love and respect for each other, a love of the land, and seemingly a no complaints policy regarding hardships, bad weather, or challenging children. She truly saw each of her children and their families as gifts from God. We think of her and Dad, faithful to God, the family, the farm, the church, and to our Harris and Ocheyedan communities. We honor her greatly for her teenage commitment to Christ and for her faithful walk with him through all her days. We appreciate her example of Bible reading, her earnest prayers for missionaries, and for all of us in the family. She cheerleaded our efforts in every level of Christian service. In closing, we thank Mom for being persistent, purposeful, productive, and peaceful. We honor her humility, her strength, and her spirit of contentment. But most of all, we thank God for the gift of her presence. She was always there for us. We are grateful. What a special gift it is, 'twas sent from God above, this rare and precious jewel, the gift of mother love. We'll all miss our dear mother very much and readily admit that we have a lot to live up to. With deepest love and gratitude, her 10 children.
Today, I have the privilege of representing myself, specifically my 5 brothers, but all 10 of us, in the tribute to our dear mama. I start with some thoughts that my brothers Dan and Steve emailed to me this week. First from Dan. Jerry, the things that come to my mind tonight are the spiritual things that Mom helped me with. Telling me about Jesus' love and showing me how to live my life. Taking me to church, Sunday school, VBS, youth group, devotions around the table. Realizing that this was a mom and dad teamwork thing that they did together. Mom was one that was always dependable to be at the activities I was in, and in that our kids were in as well, all the way through college. Mom had unconditional love in spite of my many faults, always an encourager. As I watched Mom fade away, I wondered what her resurrection body will look like. Her earthly body has come to an end, and she's now with her Heavenly Father at home. That's from Dan. It's from Steve. I've also been thinking that all of us kids have a different mom. Some of her we share, but a good part of who she is to us is who we are. I remember modifying my behavior, not from fear of spanking or reprimand, but because I didn't want to disappoint or hurt her feelings. It amazes me how a little lady with a pretty quiet and protected childhood could take on the rearing of 10 wild Indians and be so calm about it. Who she was remains the same. It's our experience with her as a mom that makes her different to each one of us. But her example of loveliness, nurture, caring, acceptance, sacrifice, and forgiveness all point to the godliness that is at the core of who she is and what she would expect from each of us. That was from Steve. I think what my brothers Dan and Steve say really does summarize what all 6, what all 10 of us could say about our dear mom. Grace, love, contentment, peace, servanthood, beauty. Even with all these adjectives, they seem incomplete. Her life was just one of serving others. Serving or servanthood really seems like such a simple and inadequate word. But Mom did lay down her life in so many indescribable ways for each of us. And as Lois mentioned, the indescribable noises that she heard coming out of our tubas, trumpets, flutes, clarinets, trombones, French horns, who knows what all, squeaking and honking in indescribable ways and never a complaint. In some of the last years, she was in her home in Ocheyedan. Actually, it's not that long ago. She would welcome me and 2 or 3 other pheasant hunters with warm breakfast and amazing farm dinner. No matter how good the hunting was, and it is often really good, we couldn't wait to get back to see Mom and her hospitality and a hearty farm food meal she had for us. She truly always made our friends feel like they were one of her own kids. Many of you experienced